this life can be cruel, very much cruel, particularly when it is through someone that you never hurt, you never had any evil intentions for someone you call a brother, a friend, a sister, a wife. It can be very tough. I'm talking about the Yule Edochie and May issue, the terrible issue that became a saga, of course, with the inclusion of a third party and even a fourth party and even many more. But let us talk about just two, Judy Austin and our friend, devil's advocate, Sarah Martins. It is so sad. But then there is more that is being exposed. And like I've always said, this is not to entertain only. Of course, we will definitely be entertained. It is also, it serves as a lesson, eye-opener to a lot of people going through this. Judy Austin, Yul Edochie, both of them on social media, gallivanting, misbehaving. May on the other side, God by her side, working silently, actualizing her dream, her vision, and making sure that she is the winner. She didn't ask for this. No, not at all. This is a lesson to a lot of people that regardless of how pictures are posted on social media, regardless of how a man, post videos of happy, smiling home and all of that, it does not necessarily mean that you both are together in one boat. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that both of you are in the same pathway. No, none of that makes any sense. In fact, when you see a man that is overzealous, like a fanatic, I'm not talking of a man that is true to what he is doing or a woman that is true to what she is doing. When you see that when you come across a man on the first day or along the journey, some couple of days, you see that overzealousness in his attention towards you, and he's so, like, you look at it like, did I win a jackpot? This is unreal. Of course, you should know that this man or woman has learned the art of over impressing you so that you don't know or see the real person that they are. When every minute, every second they are, showing you all of these things, you should know that it's just like how people say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. In Africa, it's something that is common that you greet people. It doesn't necessarily mean that that person will not hurt you in the next minute. Saying good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and all of that makes it the same when you meet certain people. I'm trying to draw these lines, dots them. I'm trying to draw the ropes together so that you can understand where we are heading to. You see, Yul Edochie had plans back then. He was involved in whatever it is that he's involved in, and he was involved in it hoping that, well, should anything happen, I'll be called a polygamist, and if it doesn't really work, if May does not accept, all right, I'll move on and continue with my life. So he had already been planning and making moves. Yes. I want you to like and share this video. Tap on the subscription button. Turn on the notification bell. Tap on the text button to encourage us to do more. Let us get right into the story. You all know that the court ruled and they said that Yul Edochie, of course, once you are separated from a woman and the court is involved in it, there are restrictions. Yul Edochie cannot come to the house and many others, other things that were put to make sure that sanity remains. There are certain items that were left by Yul Edochie. He was hoping, when you're too involved in wickedness, at times you forget. It's like a liar. You have to lie to keep up with your lies, and at times you forget what you have said. Truth is true. You don't have to say anything extra. But when you're a liar, you have to cover up. So liars often will make mistakes. And one of the mistakes made by Yul Edochie is to live in that house, the home that he lived before, certain items to show to the world, to show to May that this had been ongoing. In the bags that he left, if you've been on this channel, I told you that the remaining bags and baggages, whatever, suitcases, file boxes of Edochie in his former house were all dropped out on the street for him to pick up with Judy Austin. But before then, May, not being a stupid person, had to go through some of them. Of course, you have to pack with your children, arrange one or two things and all of that. Do you know what she saw? She realized that Yul had been trying to change the name on one of their property right there at Lekki. He has been trying to do a lot of things. In fact, there are times that Yul will come to Lagos after spending time in Enugu. Judy Austin will come with him. He will book an hotel somewhere around. All of the booking and many other things, she found it all. Lots of pictures of Yul Edochie and Judy Austin. A lot of secret items, secret things, gifts, birthday cards. Like a normal relationship, both of them have been in it for a very long. We are talking about something that stretched back to 12, 13, 14, 15 years. Both of them have been involved in this. Letters written. Those kind of letters that you exchange, not because there was no smartphone, but 15 years back, you text, you ping, BlackBerry, stuff like that. But there are times that you just quickly write something and you exchange it between yourselves. Don't forget that back then also, they kept this secret between them. Many people in their industry did not suspect what was going on because Judy Austin is still a married woman and Yul Edochie is also a married man. So they kept this between themselves. So there are times they quickly exchange papers on set. You think it's, they have their script written like in a book. So in between it, they will be like they're exchanging script, but inside of it, they're exchanging information. They are both talking. This is what she saw. And what she saw is not just, hi babe, I love you, hi honey, can we meet in the toilet so we can have a quick one? Can we, that's the kind of thing they do. Can we go into the bush, when they go for their epic movie and all of that in those villages, can we just meet in the bush, that long tree with the roots here? Yes, can we just meet there? I'm feeling you, baby. Not just that alone. She saw stories created, invented by Yul Edochie about her to Judy Austin, saying all sort of wicked, terrible things that you can never imagine. That is when she knew within herself, like, wow, this is the Lord's doing. God actually brought this to light, and my decision of cutting away from this man is divine. It is the right thing to do. This man has a very wicked, he has inside of him a very wicked, terrible. Just imagine it. Just imagine the kind of terrible, wicked things that are inside of him, that I have been sleeping with the enemy. Private things between both of them. You cannot be perfect. There are things that you will be weak in. Yul Edochie was describing some things to Judy Austin about their bed and private moments and all of that. Like, oh, that is how she would just sleep. She would not even do like trying to diminish her, saying to her, to Judy, that May is not intelligent, whereas the father, I'm talking of Pete Edochie, said that May is the backbone of the family, is the success of that family. There is nothing that Yul Edochie did not say bad. She painted May in all manner of colors, weird colors, said low things, diminishing things about her to Judy Austin. Judy Austin will also reply, laugh, mock her, refer to her in, the most demeaning names that you can ever think of. And both of them have been doing this for a very long time. She saw all of this letter and she's like, what? Like, seriously? This life is deep. She also saw letters where Edochie was bragging that he built everything, he owns everything, he's the Odogu, he's the this and that. Well, we all know the true story right now. And I think Judy Austin will be crying because the lies that were told by Edochie, bragging and behaving like he's the Odogu, he's the king, he's the everything has now come to light. We now know the success and the backbone of that family. And when you are the success and the backbone of a family, when push comes to shove, do you think that that person that is not a success, that is not a backbone, will now inherit all the properties and your sweat? No. It's not possible. God cannot be mocked. Now, the good part of it is this, that May did not act stupid from the beginning. She made sure that she's a legal wife by getting married, not through traditional route. She got married legally using the courts and all of that, the registry and all. She did all of this, and all through her journey, she made sure that things were properly documented. If not, look at what would have happened. You see, marriage is partnership. Don't be stupid. Don't be a fool. Marriage is partnership, and don't be put into that position as a woman where you are just there, housewife. There's only like housewife. You can be a stay-at-home mom, doing something, putting things right, making an impact. I'm not going to say no, all women go out and you have to work by force. You have to, if your husband is earning good money, but make sure that you yourself, you are well put in that marriage. Do not be my oga, our daddy. There's nothing like that. Oh, marriage is partnership. The only person that is your family member, even family members hurt themselves. Family members hurt themselves. They do wicked things to themselves. The only person that is a family to you is your child, your children in that marriage, and to the man too. Both of you, you are not family members per se. I mean blood. Even though you are supposed to become one. But we have seen situations like when two people come together, hoping that they become one. We are not seeing one. They have become multiple. Anyway, I'm not saying you should go and start fighting your husband or fighting your wife or trying to act like FBI or CIA or no. Do not start to create, anarchy in your home. What I'm trying to say is this: marriage is supposed to be partnership. It's supposed to be, symbiotic, not parasitic. Both of you are supposed to connect each other, and you yourself as a human being, as a woman, as a man, regardless of the sex now, gender, you are supposed to know that you are also in this world to make an impact apart from your home. You yourself, your parents give birth to you to make an impact in this world as a person. Begin to make that impact also. It's very important. Do not just sit down there and say, I'm just taking care of the children. No, make an impact. Fulfill yourself also as a person. It's very important. Fulfill yourself. And if you're together with the man that has already been established, because there are situations like this where the man is already established, you just came in, you just rolled in. Well, good luck for you. But make sure that you yourself, you are you are dipped inside of that man's life. Do not just be there like an errand woman. And he will say, my oga. There's something like my oga. Your husband is not your oga. I'm not saying don't disrespect your husband. I'm not saying you should. Of course, your husband is the head of the family, regardless of how wise or stupid he is. He's the head of the family. But put yourself. Make sure you put yourself. Put a stamp everywhere that stamp needs to be put into as a woman. And also, make sure that you bring in your input. This is what I'm going to leave last week. I'm not just going to say, because you've met a man that is fulfilled. I'm not saying that is always what it's going to be. Sometimes you build home together, finance and everything with your man. Yes. But when you meet a man that is fulfilled already, make sure that you impact everywhere in that man's life too. Make sure you put that extras into everything. Don't just be there hoping that the man will just bring and you chop and you eat and you say, is it not how my friend Anything can change at any time. Make sure that you are also able to impact yourself. Don't be lazy. Don't just sit down and say you are minding only the children. Don't be a cleaner only. Make sure that you are also able. Make sure. I know some men will say, no, don't. Just stay. Don't be foolish. Don't be useless. Because that will be a trap. That will be a trap. You have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Make sure you also make an impact. Get something to do. There are stay-at-home mom that can learn. If you're not that educated that you can do online things and stuff like that, make sure that you have a business. Have a business. If it's a small shop or something, do something. Let it be in your name. Let it be you too. And don't use that as an avenue to talk anyhow to the man, because you now realize that you are beginning to have your things and you say, I don't say no. But I'm trying to say, be able to impact other people, be able to add value to your own life, be able to add value to your husband's life and your children's life. That's what I'm trying to say at the end of the day. And also men, regardless of what you do, I'm not here to tell you don't be a polygamist. No, polygamy is something that people do. But, don't be too wicked. That's what I'm going to say. Don't be too wicked as a man. Always look back. Whenever you want to take action, make sure that you fulfill your home. It's very important, because that is your first duty in life. Make sure you fulfill your home, regardless of what you do outside, regardless of that chicken or hen out there, regardless of whatever you do. Because I'm not going to say, hey, don't, because it will be just talking empty into the air. But make sure your home is tight. Make sure your home is tight. Make sure your home is tight. And don't behave like you, Edochie, after all you have done outside and everything comes to light, or maybe whatever it is. Don't come out and be misbehaving and be talking. Like I've said it at the beginning. I said it's not about the polygamy. It's not about him going with a woman out there. It is his luck that it is Juju Austin that he found. He didn't find a woman that people will say, oh, well, this is not so bad. Make sure that you don't act like you, Edochie, ranting like a fool on social media, trying to make us believe that he's on the right path, or he did it well, or he's a Superman, trying to, impress himself foolishly and trying to demean his wife. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure that your home, you keep it at that high esteem. If you, Edochie, had kept his home, and that consists of May and the rest of the year, maybe Kambili Chukwu wouldn't have passed away. If he had kept it in that way, like, no, look, regardless of anything that anybody wants to say, my home is my home. Please, I need to keep that perfection. I need to keep that image like that. Nobody should dent it. Nobody should even go near it. If he had done that, I don't think Judy Balabala, Enugu bag of rice, Juju Austin will come out on social media and start using the passing away of Kambili Chukwu to cloud chase and to make money. How low can someone be? This is wickedness. Like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.